Yo, welcome back to the house where we talk news, celebrities, and hot topics, y'all. I'm excited because I want to go ahead and talk Real Housewives of Atlanta season Sweet 16. We have a lot to cover. Okay, so hopefully I can do this in a very short period of time. Kelly is clarifying some of her statements in last Sunday night's episode. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Kenya Moore hair spa and what's going on with the, her selling her old clothes and whatnot. We have Porsha is having a whole spread in People Magazine talking about this divorce. So I have some bullet points for y'all because I did read the whole article, child, and the whole 17-minute interview. And then we have the reunion, Miss Brady, and some of those things. Okay, a lot of information and some season 17 kind of tidbits. So let's go ahead and talk about it. First things first, let's start off with Kelly Farrell. So in the previous video, I said that Kelly was talking about Britt's husband in last Sunday night's episode. Okay, well, now she did come out and clarify her statements. She basically said that she was talking to Phaedra when she mentioned the pill popping roommate. The pill popping roommate is Britt Eady, okay? Because Britt Eady was Phaedra's roommate in Grenada. Okay. And so she says she was not talking about the husband. She was talking about Miss Britt Eady. I believe we have a tweet. Not that. Okay, that's them. Hold on. Okay, there we go. But here we go. Okay, I was speaking to Phaedra about her roommate in Grenada, who was Britt Eady. So yeah, she clarified that. And so it's nice to know that she was not randomly mentioning her husband. That's great. But you essentially called her a drug addict, which prompted Miss Britt Eady to call her a baby killer. Okay. And so y'all let me know how y'all feel about that situation in the comments down below. Moving on, Miss Kenya Moore. So remember a few days ago, last week, we talked about Kenya Moore and how she announced this, event that she was doing, this pop-up shop where she was selling some of her older, clothing items and whatnot. And we found out this past weekend or a few days ago that she is postponing the situation. And I believe she's expanding it to be like an online thing. Okay. And then she's also teaming up with an organization. And so a part of the proceeds are going to go to that charitable organization and whatnot. Okay. So she is postponing it. She's reworking it. And she's working out some things. Now, if I was really and truly obsessed with Kenya Moore and her hair spa, I would be at the hair spa. But I ain't got to do that. I don't have to waste 10 minutes in the car driving up to Chambly, stalking the hair salon. I don't have to do that because other people are going to do it for me. So shout out to I think her nickname is Granny Style. Okay, TikTok user J305382, Janie Owens. Okay, yeah. She posted on her page that she recently went up to the Kenya Moore hair spa this past weekend. It was Juneteenth weekend, right? And we saw that the hair spa, y'all think it was open? Jeopardy. Of course not. It was not open. But listen, I'll let you see it. I ain't even got to talk about it. But when she went up there, you could see that, Kenya was getting ready for the pop-up because we see racks and racks and racks of clothes. And of course, how can you massage people's scalps when you have racks of clothes everywhere, right? And you see all of her like reunion dresses in the window. So it makes me wonder if she's just doing that for display or if she's like really truly selling her reunion dresses.
Kenya Moore hair spa, but it's not a spa hair no more. Y'all see them clothes in that door? But wait a minute, I'm only back here. Let me tell my followers now, because I had quite a few followers telling me, oh, it's open, you gotta make an appointment, you gotta call. I live in this area. I drove by here every day, and I never seen nobody. But y'all, this is June 10th. June 10th in Atlanta weekend. Tell me why ain't nobody here. I wish I could go up to that nail salon. Is they up in there? No, it's kind of late. But anyway, let me show y'all what it's doing. Kenya Moore hair spa has clothes in it. So it still got her name in it. So maybe this is her fancy dresses, y'all. I'm putting them on blast if you just want to order something. I don't know how it works. But good gracious, they don't look new. They don't look like no new clothes, y'all. But
that's the reunion dress from when I think that was the last reunion, that blue, when Drew was singing. And then this pink one was the reunion before last. And then if you look more, closely to the background, where is it? That white dress. Y'all see that white dress? Hold on. Where is it at? Y'all see that white dress in the back? I believe that's the dress she wore to the Late Archive event. Remember one premiere, Marlo had that event where it was Late Archive. She was opening up Late Archive and whatnot. I believe that's that white dress. So anyways, yes, I'm using my platform. We support businesses, Black businesses. Go support Aiden's business. He's on Shopify right now. If I have it, I'll put it up. He's selling his jeans and whatnot. He had a fashion show with fashions and it was not dreadful. So shout out to, I think his name is Dylan, or was it Aiden? Aiden or Dylan. I think it was Aiden. So shout out to him. He's selling, clothes and whatnot. And then you have Kenya Moore. She's selling clothes. So listen, I just want to promote the businesses and whatnot. If you want to support, go support. Okay. Porsha was on People Magazine. She did a People Magazine spread. It was a whole editorial. It was a whole interview. And she's speaking in semi-detail about this divorce. She's giving us a little bit more information than what we had prior. But I'm a bit disappointed because I feel like if you're going to talk about it, just talk about it. If you're not going to talk about it, don't talk about it. Like, you know what I mean? Because I feel like we already got a very skimpy version onto, what was it, the show? Well, now that I think about it, I guess it's really irrelevant because we saw it all play out on the Neighborhood Talk. But anyways, she's speaking about the divorce, and she did like this whole photo shoot where, she's playing Angela Bassett's character from Waiting to Exhale. And in the article, they kind of compare, I believe it was written by Dave Quinn, if I'm not mistaken. They kind of compare Angela Bassett's character, who went through a divorce after like a 20-year marriage. They're comparing that situation to Porsha's 2-year marriage. Let me know how y'all feel about that in the comments down below. And I have bullet points. Read the whole thing, watched the whole 17-minute interview. I have bullet points. I'm gonna be real quick about the situation. She basically says that she essentially blindsided Simon with the divorce. Simon did not see it coming. However, it was a thing of, she was citing immigration issues, right? She had hired an immigration attorney and found out all of this information about Simon's past, brought it up to Simon, advised him not to travel any longer. He did not respect those wishes. At one point in time, she says that Simon looked at her. They were arguing about something. Simon looked at her and she could tell that Simon was kind of checked out of the relationship. And so she blindsided him with the divorce. Now she says a part of the reason she filed was it was like a tactic to where I believe she kind of wanted to like protect assets, but possibly still salvage the relationship. But I think Simon was so pissed off about the situation that it just kind of snowballed into what it ended up being. She said that she did not want him to travel. That was not honored. She wanted to protect herself, yada, 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 yada. She spoke about Pilar and how Pilar was asking about Simon. We did get a little bit of that, on the show and some of those things. Now, she talked about her singlehoodness, okay? The singleness of it all. How she's single, how she feels lonely. She feels like she's healing right now, but she does feel a bit lonely. She feels so lonely and she feels so confused as to why her love life has turned out to be so a mess that she has questioned whether she is a lesbian or not. She has questioned whether she likes women or not. So if we get a Ty Young and Porsha Williams season 17 storyline, you now know where that came from. But she ultimately has decided that she does not want to look for love anymore. She's not necessarily closed off from love, but she's not seeking it out either. Even though she says that she's in a very lonely time in her life, that she feels lonely. Now, moving on to the season 16 reunion. We'll just start off with Porsha. Cynthia said that Porsha had her favorite reunion look. And Cynthia said that Porsha really owned the reunion, that she had an excellent reunion, and that she came in with her receipts, I guess, and did what needed to be done. Okay, so let's listen to that.
Fact that Porsha had such a tough season, maybe this is just the OG thing at this point, because she's kind of considered OG.
She's very OG.
She came in my opinion.
OG means original. Porsha is a vet, but okay.
She controlled that reunion from the time she sat down until she left. She totally did what needed to be done, said what needed to be said, and I don't think she's going to have any issues next season coming back. For sure.
Okay, she's not going to have any issues next season coming back. We'll talk about season 17 in just a second, okay? But let's just stick with the reunion. So I saw a reunion look per se, and it was... Well, Cynthia said that her look was giving Hollywood glam. And we also know that oftentimes they model the reunion theme after the cast trip, and the cast trip was Grenada, okay? So, we can only imagine what the theme is giving. However, I did see a reunion look, what seemingly was a reunion look. I don't know. I don't know what I saw. But it was sparkly and it was gold. Okay, sparkly and gold. It looked like a sparkly gold dress. Okay. According to Cynthia says that she filmed a scene at the reunion where she's knocking over Edie's dressing room door, opens the door, discovers that Britt Edie is no longer there or was never there at all, that she did not show up to the reunion. She goes to Phaedra's dressing room and she's talking to Phaedra and Porsha. They speak on it. She says that they filmed a package or two. And after that, they rushed her out on the reunion couch because, mind you, it's only Phaedra and Porsha on one side and then it's everybody else on the other side. So Cynthia got to sit on the side with Porsha and Phaedra, I believe. And she says that she was out there for the entire reunion. Not the entire reunion, but once she was there, she never left. And then what else had happened? We know that Drew had props. Drew is going to stay with a prop, child. And then I think that's all we know. Okay. So y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. We should be getting like a trailer and some of the reunion looks pretty soon. I believe maybe like today, maybe. Now, season 17... Here's what I heard about season 17 as far as casting, okay? This is all alleged. I haven't heard about Drew. I have not heard about Shamia. I did hear that Kelly, per her interview with Nene Leakes, wants to come back. It's clear Angela was the fan favorite. I can't imagine a world where they will not offer her a second season and bump her check up. Cynthia on her podcast says that she wants to come back as a friend. I do believe Phaedra is back. She's been vocal about that. I believe she got a multi-year contract because she was on season 16 for such a short period of time. She was able to negotiate a multi-year season 16 and 17 contract, I believe, allegedly. So she's pretty much coming back. Porsha, in my opinion, based off of the things that I've seen and heard, I can't see her not coming back. She's filming Traitors right now, season 4 in Scotland. So she's very much ingrained back into the NBC Universal family. I will be shocked if she does not come back. Then I heard no Britt Edie. I heard no Nene, and I heard no Kenya. Allegedly. But then again, things can change at any moment, right? So, y'all let me know how y'all feel about the situation in the comments down below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to create a great day. Bye.